Hi, welcome. I'm Ross Cook from the Center of Balance and Effective Communication, and welcome to the inaugural series of Facebook Lives we're going to be throwing out there. We think of things slightly differently in our healing practice and in our profound change practice. We're going to do things slightly differently. We're going to talk about odd things. Tonight we're going to talk about FOMO versus JOMO. And FOMO is a very well thought out, it's explained all over the place, as the fear of missing out. And it's actually an epidemic. It is a causal factor in much stress and much fatigue in our life. Kids come home and they're at home, but they're not really at home. They're not present where they are, and they spend a lot of time, I wonder what my friends are doing, and they reach out through electronics and otherwise to get to know what's happening with other people. The example would be you go into New York City and you may be at a great party, but there's all these other parties going on in the world right now today, and you obsess about that. It causes a great deal of you not being at home and not being present and not being comfortable with the differing paces of your life. If you see Wind River, they talk about it, about grief and death, and the story in Wind River is there is a death of a child, a murder of a teenage young woman, and the challenge is, how are you going to deal with that grief? Are you going to sidestep it? Are you going to turn away from it? Because if you do, you'll be in the pain forever. Just forever. You're going to be struggling with it for a long time. The answer is to go through the situation that's happening in that given moment. That brings me to JOMO. Not FOMO, but JOMO. It's the joy of being in the moment. You're going to be right there. You're going to work through and struggle through the struggle. Work through it. Just be patient with it. Still down. Stay completely connected to it. And that's the only way you'll come out the other side. So how is that different when you go home? How is that different when you leave work and attempt to go home? You have to have some joy of missing out. You're actually going to be missing a bunch of other things and you don't care about it. You're going to still your life down to more simplicity, the joy of missing out. So it's FOMO versus JOMO today. And what I invite for you and what I hope and dream for you today is you're going to spend a little bit of time thinking about those things in your world. Let a little more JOMO into your world. I love you and all those that you love. Enjoy. We'll meet again, JOMO.